Hey everyone, welcome back to our stream. We would have played our super awesome logo video, but I never uploaded it to our so when I went to click it, there was just nothing. And so that was a really exciting moment for me. And I decided I could not get it uploaded in 10 seconds and play
Probably not.
No cool video today, but the video will return next week.
Cool. Anticipation.
Hey everyone, we're streaming again. We've had a bit of a break as we took some time to prep the next campaign, enjoy a night off in the week, you know, whatever people like us do when we're not
work other jobs.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But we're back and we're here to play Tiny Supers. So this is going to be super duper exciting. We're really excited that you're here with us. So we're going to go around. We're going to do some introductions, both of who everybody is as well as who they'll be playing tonight. And then I will do a bit of a spiel about the campaign structure as well as some other stuff. So we're going to start in the corner down here. There. Yeah, with you, Mr.
No, wrong way.
I'm mirrored, so it's all back.
Well, yeah, that's why I wasn't sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan. I'm from the YouTube channel Man vs. Meeple, where we do board game reviews and content creation, and I do a lot of RPG design and writing and things like that, including for Gallant Knight Games, which is why I'm here. I'm playing a bit of a different character than I played in our last game. If you watched, I was kind of a con artist. This guy's kind of the opposite. This is Chance is his name, and he's kind of more of a forefront guy. Like, wears his heart on his sleeve, very honest kind of guy. I think you'll see that as we play. And yeah, he has quantum powers, whatever that means, and however that represents itself, it's completely quantum based. So you know what that really means in like player talk is he could just whatever happens, it's just because of the quantum energy.
It's because science.
Yes. It's just whatever it is.
All right, we're going to continue clockwise from that riveting description of your powers. No, Jason, no. Stop with the puns already.
Oh, no, it didn't take that long.
We're not rolling
Nice.
into this campaign.
It would have been better if he had said quantum phi, but...
Oh, but it's fine.
Actually,
Am I clockwise?
You're
Okay, cool.
clockwise, and my... Whatever.
Perfect. Okay. I'm Ashley, and I do other actual plays and podcasts and things like that. But tonight I will be playing Dr. Sparks. No first name. Her name is just Dr. Sparks because I did not give her a first name. And she is the dean of science stuff at the local university. So she dabbles in time travel and experimentation, which never goes wrong. And that's going to be my character tonight. Pretty excited.
Awesome. I am Gina, and I love playing role-playing games, and I've been doing streaming and podcasting for about a decade now, which is about as long as I've been playing. I am super excited for Supers game, especially a Tiny Supers game. I tonight am playing character who is the roommate to our main character. That's Ryan's character, Quantum Chance, and her name is Gwen Valentine. Oh, she's just like ordinary roommate, college lib arts major.
Cool. That's cool. All right. I'm Maddie Murdock, and I'm a freelance tabletop gaming writer, and I've done lots of work for Alan and Gallant Knight Games, which is awesome. And the character that I'm playing tonight is Nina Gibbs Kingley, and she is as pretentious as her name sounds. She's one of those girls that could have gone Ivy League but decided to go to Western Mountains University, which Alan just put in the chat. And
I am 100% prepared as a GM. None of this low-key call out here, all right?
Absolutely.
I like Western Mountains University.
Yeah,
it's
perfect.
Yeah.
I work best under terrible at-the-moment pressure.
It's perfect. It doesn't tell you at all which mountains it's actually in, but you do know they're at least west.
Yes,
They're
absolutely.
Western ones.
Yes, so she currently is going because she's interested in studying under Dr. Sparks, and she is currently acting as Dr. Sparks's TA.
Okay. I'm Alan Bahr. I am the publisher at Gallant Knight Games, as well as the primary author of Tiny Supers. Big superhero nerd and fan and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited to be running this. It's going to be a lot of fun for me. Okay, real quick before we get started, 2 things. First, folks, I want to take a serious moment, and I want to, it's been personally for me, the last couple of weeks have been very difficult, which is one reason the show has been a bit delayed. And I want to take a chance and remind everybody to check in on the people you love and make sure they're doing okay. It's been a hard week for a lot of people, been a hard couple of years for a lot of people. And so things have changed, and it's good to check in on the people you care about. So take some time, reach out, and don't take no for an answer. It's okay to get a little pushy when somebody's mental health is at stake a little bit. So, take some time and have those conversations, even if they suck and they're hard. And people like you appreciate it. So do that.
Yeah.
Okay. On a happier note, we're going to strap on our tights and get rolling. So one thing we're doing with this campaign is a little bit different from campaigns you might have played or seen, or it might be exactly like it because you're a genius and you beat me to the punch. So in case, kudos for you. And don't be surprised because that's not shocking to anybody here. We are doing what's called a cinematic campaign structure. So what we did is off camera, we had a session where we sat down and we prepped. And so we planned for 12 sessions, but what we're actually going to do is the first 8 sessions are going to be 2-part, we'll call them movies, about each individual character, where the rest of the team will play supporting characters in those movies who might or might not reoccur later in the 4-part finale series team up movie. So if you think of it in terms of a major blockbuster franchise, we have some solo movies with a few cameos or lead-ins, and then we're going to get to the team movie. And so the folks who everybody but Ryan is playing, so Gina, Ashley, and Madi are playing, might or might not appear after Ryan's 2 sessions. And when we get to playing with Ashley's superhero, the folks that Gina, Madi, and Ryan are playing might or might not appear. Well, I know one will be reappearing, but 2 of them, might or might not appear again.
We'll see.
Yeah. So think of it as there's a 2-part origin story for each character, and then we're going to do a 4-episode super team up. And my job is to weave all those threads together through these disparate stories. It's a tough, challenging act. The players have been really great about letting me run with the idea. I'm really grateful to them for leaning into it full force. So I think we're going to have a super duper amount of fun. See what I did there? All right.
And leaning into a full force, I was like, Sentry Force, Prime.
Okay, so real quick, if you don't have Tiny Supers and you want to know what's going on, you can grab Tiny Supers on shop.GallantKnightGames.com, direct to RPG, or at your local game store. There are a few rules that are not going to be the ones printed in the book because I am constitutionally incapable of running my games the way they were written. So if things
guidelines anyway.
Things don't match up, don't yell at me or angry tweet me or send me an email. Just roll with it and we'll survive, I promise. All right. So the sun rises on the west coast sunny city of Century City. It is a crisp autumn morning. Ryan, Chance is, bopping his way to school. I don't know what the freshmen do these days. It's been a long time.
It's definitely probably not that, but that's what they're doing.
They dab their way. They just constant dabbing the entire time.
There we go.
I don't think that even freshmen dab anymore.
They floss the whole way.
Yeah, the whole way.
I think even the kids that dabbed and flossed are now have kids of their own. That's
they're in college.
I hope
that's
not.
the thing. They're in college, so that's how they walk to college. So.
I'll tell you all a story about this offline. So
popping his way. He's got his boombox. It's good. He's fine.
Oh my God. 1980s.
All right, Chance is on his way to school.
Okay.
Now, Chance is it's an older student. He's in some advanced science classes, as we established with your backstory. And so, he's in the first class of the day, first class of the week is advanced science stuff with Dr. Sparks.
It's quantum mechanics 101.
Is that
Or
what we're
probably
doing?
301 or 401, but
I think there's only one level of quantum mechanics.
There might be. I don't know.
Yes, quantum mechanics.
1701 because Enterprise from Star Trek. So that's
Oh,
what it is.
wow.
Okay. Quantum Theory 1701.
Yes.
In room 1701A,
Oh.
in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
Don't sue us, Paramount.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
just
sure.
it's a number.
It's just a
Yeah.
number, Paramount. Come on.
Purely coincidental. Yes.
Well, I'm getting rolling. You can tell we haven't played in a while. It's October, so semester's been in for 4 or 5 weeks, give or take, depending. This is structured like a standard lab class: 2 days in class, 1 lab day, outside of class. It's hard to run the chat as well as do this at the same time.
It probably is.
I was. I was thinking about that you're going to have a really difficult time going back and forth.
Yeah. If I don't get your chats and throw them on screen, I'm sorry. It's not personal.
I know it.
You know what? I'm actually just going to ignore the chat.
I do
Yeah,
like
have a good time.
I just pause. I'm like,
Go wild.
I'm reading chat over here.
Does it automatically push the stuff to the screen, or do you have to do
No,
that?
I have to manually do it.
Okay.
So I have to
I'll
be
go
reading
back
it
and
and
look.
click it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's distracting.
Yeah. All right. So there is a new TA in class, though. A late addition to help Dr. Sparks. This class is relatively popular. Dr. Sparks is predominant theoretical quantum physicist. And so she has achieved a bit of that kind of pop culture celebrity scientist status. And so there's a high demand to be a TA for Dr. Sparks. You arrive in class. TA Gibbs Kingsley and Dr. Sparks are already there.
Probably
What's
a
Dr.
small class, right?
I'm sorry?
Probably a small class. Like this is
Yeah.
high level quantum
Yeah.
physics. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those classes where you have to apply to get in.
Right.
They won't let any Joe off the street just come to theory of quantum mechanics. Dr. Sparks, what has been the focus of the class this semester?
The focus this semester is going to be time travel and the science associated with the theory thereof. I'm very smart.
Cool. I'm totally prepped to add what's up about that.
Yes, time travel theory.
Love it already.
Yes.
But what is the practical application? So most science classes have a theoretical application.
Mhm.
They also have a practical where either a research paper or something, some sort of patent or something is published or pushed out at the end of the class.
Well, the Manhattan Project from a very long time ago is something that supposedly really happened that had to do with time travel. So we are going to be researching that. You're welcome, Alan. You asked. I've never been to college. I didn't know this was something you were going to make me do.
I don't know what college is like. I don't know.
The Manhattan Project was something that theoretically happened.
Yes. Yes. Research it.
Manhattan
Seriously, Google it.
Project- The
Google it.
Manhattan Project did happen,
Yes.
but I think
No, no.
the time travel part, I think, is the part that may or may
Yes.
not have happened.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Yes.
were disputing the actual Manhattan Project.
No.
I was like, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
No.
not sure about that
idea.
Manhattan Project.
I think that's what I'm
You're good.
going like this from things in my memory right now because I didn't know you were going to have me do this.
You're
Yeah,
good.
it was something about where a
Yep.
ship
Okay.
supposedly time traveled. So we're going to be researching that and seeing if that really happened.
Okay.
If we can prove or disprove it.
So it sounds like the class has been sort of attempting to theoretically, either through math or practical application, replicate the perceived conditions of this quantum fluctuation that surrounded the Manhattan Project, which was a real thing.
Yes.
we're building
Real thing.
quantum machinery.
Yeah. Which looks like super sciencey machinery, so it's all
It
good.
does. It all glows. It
Jackie
blurs.
machinery. We'll reuse the set in the next movie. Nobody will know.
Right.
Absolutely.
Save that budget. All right. So, this is a very technical, to the average layman, very boring, right? And this is not an exciting class. However, Today is the first day of applied practical sciences. So
I've been looking forward to this day.
you're going to be testing your machinery. So we're going to start with some super exciting dice rolling.
Yay.
What? Okay. So,
My dice roller.
So we're going to start with Dr. Sparks.
Yes.
You're going to give me a roll first. If you have any traits that you think are related, let me know. And what you're rolling for here is the students have been developing this, and so we're rolling to see how well you've kept an eye on the work they've been doing and caught any potential errors.
Okay. Well, the traits that I have as Dr. Sparks are educated, eidetic memory, and martial artist. So unless I'm going to
Oh, eidetic memory seems like it
I
helps.
feel like
Yeah.
educated and eidetic memory would count, so you can have advantage.
okay, because of one of those two.
Yeah.
Either one. Cool.
I
Okay.
mean, you can pitch me on karate chopping the science papers, but
Right.
I'm probably not going to go for it.
I think that you have to have a lot of focus to do martial arts.
No,
So therefore,
no.
no? Okay. I'll use one
Or
of the
you're
other two. It's totally fine. Yep. And I got 1-6.
Okay.
Ooh, 1. Okay.
All right, so you've got a few errors. You've corrected some math that could have gone kind of sideways, maybe. Luckily, and luckily, this isn't such a significant. You're not routing like a lot of power in and crazy here, right? Like if it does go south, you might burn out a transistor, right? T.A. Gibbs Kingsley, if you would give me a roll as well.
Sure. What am I rolling for?
Well, I'm going to have you make a 2d6 roll.
Okay, just 2d6.
We're going to tell anybody what it's for, but I know the answer.
Okay.
Nice.
And tell me if you were successful or not.
Okay, yes, I got a 5. So I'm successful.
Excellent. All right, now Chance.
Yes.
You drew the short straw. Everybody has moved into the other room to turn on the machinery. You get to push the big red button.
I'll push it. Do I need to roll to push it?
No, you push the big red button. Look at that. So convenient.
Wow.
As long as I don't have to roll to.
Maybe you get extra
That's-
credit.
That's the
strength
danger, like when you go to push the button, and meanwhile the rest of the class is like spinning, the door closed. Dr. Sparks puts on the glasses, and she has her lab manual, and everyone's like
There's like
staring
an
at you.
EMT just waiting in the other room.
Gibbs Kingsley gets her phone out and starts
Yes.
filming.
Exactly.
This is
No,
the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the
Right,
other
so,
students.
and-
Teacher.
And the reason they're having you push the button and not, remotely activating it is, one, the working prototype is not significant enough to do anything other than fizzle or send a signal, basically. Right? Those are the two things it will do. It will not explode. It will not do anything else. And there's if you're going into science, you don't get to push a big red button. What is the point of an advanced science degree?
Oh, we really could have been anything, but we put a big red button.
I would ask you that.
Could have been a lever, but we wanted the big red button. It says push on it too. Even.
Clear, yeah. You source them wholesale.
Yeah.
They had a lot of those buttons for sale.
All right, so you push the button. The machinery hums to life. A subtle vibration fills the room. The air seems to almost get thick and tense, and you can feel the hairs on your arm and your neck standing up on end from the discharge in the air, and then it just kind of goes away.
I give a thumbs up.
Dr. Sparks, did it do what it was supposed to?
I don't know. We should check our watches versus the watches in the other room.
The control group watches. I love it.
Absolutely.
Okay. The signal that was designed to be sent has been sent, but the readings are also slightly off, like a minuscule variance.
Okay.
Maybe if I push it again.
Does Chance push the button again?
Yeah. I don't think it.
So you've all left to go look at the report. Chance, like any good scientist, just repeatedly punching the push
I don't know if it worked.
I'm going to stay behind while everyone else goes to check, and I'm going to just keep my eye on Chance.
He starts pushing the button.
Okay, I knock on the window and I say, "Hey, are you supposed to be doing this?"
And the machinery kind of starts to stop and fluctuate and bounce back and forth, and it's not designed to start and stop that quickly. Like you're kind of just like doing this to it, and all of a sudden the fluorescent lights in the room explode, sending a shower of sparks.
All right, I'm done. I'm not pushing the button anymore.
Well, hang tight. I'm not done describing stuff. And Chance is physically lifted up and thrown through the safety glass window like any good superhero movie. Goes crashing through the sugar glass window into the room next, getting to Gibbs Kingsley's feet. And the front of his clothes are smoking. And the quantum machinery in the other room is just like fully like disentangled itself and sprayed everywhere, and like it's fried and there's smoke and you can smell burnt plastic and silicon.
Okay,
Am I alive?
Oh yeah, you're fine.
I step back so none of the smoke ruins my clothes, but I say, Chance, do you need an ambulance, perhaps?
I don't know. Do I need an ambulance? I'm gonna take stock of my situation. Am I bleeding? Is anything broken?
You are not bleeding. Nothing is broken.
No, I think I'm good. I don't know what just happened.
Why don't you wiggle your fingers or toes or something? That's a thing you'd check for, right?
Oh, you're the TA.
Yeah, you feel fine. You know, you're a little like adrenaline up. You're like, oh,
that machine didn't work. I don't think it's supposed to explode, no matter how many times I push the button.
No, I don't think so.
What did the readouts do that I was looking at?
Yeah. So you kind of were expecting like a blip, right? Kind of a. That's what you were trying to do. Is if we can make this thing blip, then we've done the science.
Mm-hmm. Yay, science!
Yay, the science!
Can you tell I was almost a scientist? I'm super specific with this stuff.
Yes.
I was not almost a scientist. That was a full lie. All right. So you were looking for that blip, and you get the blip, but then you also get like a series of smaller blips for like what in real terms is like a nanosecond. That's enough for like a dozen extra blips of reduced strength.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I hear
bad, right?
what happened?
Yes, there's an explosion and a crashing of glass.
So I heard that. Okay.
Very
That
clear.
part I bet you heard.
Okay.
The explosion, the crashing glass, me coughing, steam pouring out of the machine everywhere. I'm gonna go let's go put that fire out. Where's everybody else?
So yeah, Nina's not doing anything.
Safety
She's just kind
first.
of watching and just
That doesn't
like
surprise
waiting
me.
to see what happens because this is all gonna go in the report.
You wouldn't want to get that precious lab coat dirty.
No, absolutely not.
All right, so Dr. Sparks, you can come back in and
Yeah, I run back in.
get into his feet.
I help him up and I say, "What happened?"
The machine blew up.
The machine blew up.
Yeah,
The machine blew up probably because Chance pushed the button 17.3 times more than you asked him to.
17.
Like you're playing Flappy Bird in an arcade or something. You're just like pushing
I
it
just
constantly.
wanted it to work.
Well, it did something, all right. And I show him the report.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what we should have gotten. This is all your fault.
That's good. It means it worked. Just like, I don't know. Look, you told me to push a button. I pushed it. You never said to stop pushing it.
I see.
Maybe
I
next
did not.
time.
You're correct. I did not tell you to stop pushing it. So
Yeah, see? Whatever. I mean, we can fix it. It's not a big deal. We'll fix it.
but my machinery is all blown up now. Like this machine that we've been working on is completely demolished.
That's science. We'll fix it, right?
Yes, you
do
will.
more-
You will fix it. You're
I
going
will.
to be.
I'm gonna fix it.
Yes.
I'm gonna go start right now. I'm gonna stay all night. I'll fix this machine.
Okay.
His clothes are like smoldering and have been burnt.
Yeah, probably.
He smells kind of rank, frankly.
I get like because I have plants around my lab, and so I get the spray bottle that I use to mist their leaves, and I start like squirting him with it to try and put out some of the fire spot he's got going.
Dehumanizing, that's for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. Well, I should probably change my clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they smell. Yes, smell like burning. Yep.
So Chance turns to leave and starts to walk out of the room, and he just falls over, like face first into the floor.
Looks like we are going to need an ambulance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I say, Nina, call an ambulance, and I go over and like check his pulse.
Yeah, his pulse is fine, is steady.
Okay.
He's just
Not dead.
out cold on the floor.
Okay.
He's like drooling a little bit.
Yeah, I start misting his face a little bit. You know, like get some cool breeze going.
Nina does go and call 911, and then writes down in her notes, incident occurs due to moronic interpretation of instructions.
You just had to use that word, right? You could have phrased that however you wanted.
It's a scientific term.
Yes.
It is a scientific term. I've heard that.
So, Gwen, you're working at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Right?
Or do I work at Crazy Carl's?
Oh, you work at Crazy Carl's
Mm-hmm.
Triple C.
Yeah, Crazy Carl's crawfish. We haven't been doing everything, folks. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's
Wonderful.
Fine.
And you get a call from the university. And the call is concerning your roommate, Chance, who apparently passed out in the middle of science class, is what the call says. And they would like you to come collect him from the university nurse's office.
Okay.
He had a pulse. They didn't rush him to the ER or anything crazy, but you know.
Good.
Okay. I'm
I have a
gonna
pulse. I'm not dying.
clock out at Crazy Carl's. Let my shift lead now, because I don't want to lose this sweet gig. For sure. It's the
This
best job
is
on
like
campus.
a 17-year-old kid. In high
I
school.
like this.
He's very
Yeah.
happy.
He
that
totally
you're-
is.
And make sure that you know.
This just became a very different RPG. Alan's like, I'm sorry, we don't approve your time off. You have to, you gotta finish the shift.
Man.
You need to get your shift covered. So.
You gotta find
It's an
someone.
All right,
emergency.
I'm willing to call people, Gwen. Yeah, I mean, medical, they let you go.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to head over to campus to the medical the medical station. Go see what's up with my
Yeah,
roommate.
They let you in. Chance is laying on like a nurse's bed, kind of. You're just waking up. You've been out for maybe an hour.
I'm fine.
Dude, how many times have I got to tell you breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Like grab a Cliff Bar or something.
I haven't eaten yet.
And I'm gonna reach into my purse and grab like, I don't know. I got a Twix.
Sure.
Here.
Sure.
What
I'm not
happened?
I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be eating in the hospital just in case, but I'm going to eat it anyway because
Okay.
Yeah.
I am pretty hungry. I don't know. The doctor's machine blew up.
Are you kidding?
No, it blew up. The middle class. I'm fine though. I wasn't even next to it. I was a ways away from it. I'm fine.
That sounds really unsafe.
Well, quantum machines blow up sometimes. I mean, it's,
Do they really?
they do. That's one of the risks of working in the quantum field.
Somehow
Spontaneous
that
quantum
seems
explosion.
extra unsafe, but
It is
Okay.
very unsafe.
okay.
It is very. In fact,
Well,
I can't even believe they let schools study it, but they do.
Right?
You don't make a quantum omelet without breaking a few quantum eggs.
T-shirt.
There's our slogan for
Yeah.
this.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
It happens all the time. It's nothing to even worry about. It's just a precaution. They shouldn't have even called you.
Yeah.
Chance, you
Yes.
see yourself walk by outside the nurse's office.
Okay. Wait a minute. All right. I think I need. I don't know what kind of drugs they gave me. Hold on a second. Who was that? Was that with you, Gwen?
What are you talking about?
Wait, what? No, I don't know.
It's
That
what with
guy.
me? Yeah, so there's
Never
not a guy.
mind. Wait a minute. Nothing.
No, seriously. Where's
press the nurse's call button?
where's the exactly? Where's
It's
the
like a
nurse?
university nurse's office. The nurse is like right there.
Okay. I must be on something because
He sees a guy. Did you hear?
Yeah.
He sees a guy.
you didn't see that guy that just walked right by.
She like
He was like wearing my
presses
clothes.
your head, checks your.
He took my clothes. He was wearing them out of the hospital.
You're wearing your clothes, and we gave you ibuprofen.
I thought they had to change. I figured they would have changed me to like a hospital gown. My clothes were all singed up. Man,
It's a campus.
that's true.
medical office.
That is true.
It's a school nurse. Like my school nurse gave me frostbite when I was in elementary school. So
Wait, as a treatment for something?
I have a lot of follow-up questions for later.
It's not my finger. Well, I know how to fix that. Stick it in the freezer.
Should we take him to the hospital
No,
or something? Because
forget about it. I think I just
stop
I'm just
talking and let the
woozy.
medical professional speak. Because you just saw yourself. You're
I
saying
saw a guy wearing my clothes.
guy wearing
Like he took
clothes.
my clothes out of the locker and he wore them home.
Nurse, who is like a grad level medical student,
Right.
who works part time here, looks at you all and says, "You take him to the hospital if he has insurance."
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I mean, I am a college student.
yeah.
All right. Well,
I think we should go home though, Chance.
I think I just need to sleep it off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, put your feet up.
Yeah,
I'll make you some actual food.
Yeah.
Watch some
do it.
TV. Take a nap.
Let's do it. Sounds good. Thanks for driving here.
Of course.
Because I don't have a car.
I think I do. I must.
Yeah, sure.
I must because I drove here.
I know. Exactly.
So you get home, Chance. You pass out. Your long day, and you wake up later that evening, and you get up to shower, get dressed, and when you get up and take a step, you find yourself slamming into the wall of your apartment room really hard. And you go tumbling backwards.
I mean, I'm really dizzy, is what I think.
Okay, and you get up and you slam into the door. And Gwen, you're out there watching TV on the sofa or something, and you hear this thud, and a slam and a thud, and then you hear a muffled curse, and then you hear a slam, and you see Chance's hand come through the crappy dorm room bedroom door, but accidentally, it's his hand just busts through it. And
Sorry, Gwen.
Wow. Do you need some help?
I can't. The words aren't, and my walking is bad.
Okay. I'm coming in. So that's the code for I'm coming in.
I'm not going to stop you. That's for sure.
Okay.
a real subtle code.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm coming in.
I mean,
right.
we're roommates, so I'm sure, but just exactly.
That's fine. It's always better to announce that you're walking into a room. And in
it
college,
is. It's polite.
college, that's especially true.
Yeah. What's Ralph is going to be so pissed off about that door. But are you okay?
I'm fine.
Looks at your.
I can't,
I'm going to look
just
at your
can't
arm.
Walk
So
very well.
there's some scratches from the door on his arm.
Yeah.
And you look at them, and they're bleeding, but the blood is running with silvery threads through it, almost. But they seem to be moving, they're kind of wiggling around in there.
Oh, you can see that, right?
See what?
Yeah, your blood is.
No, I don't want to. I don't like.
Kind of
I
weird.
don't like it. I don't like to look at blood.
I'm telling you, you should probably look at your blood. It's a science thing. I'm guessing because
Science.
it's not.
It's quantum blood.
It's
I'll look
not
at
to
it.
thread.
I don't know. Maybe I should go to the doctor.
Yeah. I don't know. Should we call your dean? Should we call Dr. Sparks?
I mean, yeah, probably should report
'Cause
this. I'm not walking so good either.
I mean, have you seen your blood before? Maybe this is just your normal blood. I don't know.
I mean, I try not to.
Okay. Because
I try not. I've had a bloody nose before. I don't remember it looking weird.
it didn't have silver veins in it.
I mean, is it not supposed to?
No, I
Then,
don't
yeah,
think
then
so.
there's definitely a problem.
I would,
So
Yeah.
Chance goes to like get his wallet off his dresser, and one second he's standing next to you, Gwen, and the next second he's like slamming into his dresser, and everything just like goes tumbling across the dorm room.
Like I said,
Okay.
like I said, I can't. I'm not walking good.
He didn't walk there. He was here, and then he
I'm
was
not walking good.
I don't think you walked there. Like you just like were there, and now you're not there. You're over
Okay.
here, and
Well,
you
we
still have
should-
silver blood. And I think this is like.
I think maybe you should call the dean.
I think I should call the dean, and I should probably call like the ambulance. Should I call 911? Do we want to just get in the car and go there and meet Dr. Sparks?
No, just call the
Here,
dean.
give me your phone. I don't have
Okay.
Dr. Sparks'
Wait, I don't
number.
have my phone.
Well, what's
It's on my bedstand table.
I don't want
I'm
to go
gonna-
through the operator.
I'm gonna reach
No.
for it.
okay.
I'm going for my phone.
All of a sudden, you're like in front of your phone, and you didn't crash into anything. And
Hey.
you like slowly pick it up.
My phone. I'm gonna toss it over.
What do I see when that happens?
When he moves to get the phone.
Yeah, and then tosses it to me. Like
So
what
one
does that
second
look
he's like sitting in this dresser pile of clothes, kind of sprawled out awkwardly, and then the next second he's like standing over the bedside table, like, and he reaches for his phone like a normal person, and he throws it to you, and that's it, and the phone just sails to you.
I think I do. Eep.
That was,
like this is getting totally weirder, and you just like moved really like through space really fast.
I mean, are we always moving through space?
No, like no, not like this. Like, what's her number? What's Dr. Sparks'
It's
number?
it's
It's programmed in here. That's why I
It's
asked
under
her.
Doctor.
Doctor. Okay. I'm calling Doctor on the phone. I'm gonna put it on speakerphone.
Your
And
phone, Dr. Sparks.
Yeah. What's
Yes,
your
this
ringtone?
is my ringtone is TNT by AC/DC. TNT Dynamite. Yes. This is Dr. Sparks.
This is Gwen Valentine. I'm Chance's roommate, and something is wrong. Like,
Oh yeah, he had that accident today. How's he doing?
Not great. Like, kind of strange. Like, he moves really fast. He just put his hand through the bedroom door, and like he's over there, and then pretty quick he was over here, and I didn't even really see him move. And like his blood has like silver like in it, veiny silver. It's kind of gross, but don't tell him I said that. It's really quiet. It's weird.
Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't know if we should call you or we should just like call 911. And like he seems kind of okay, but he's kind of not.
I was worried something like this might happen. Yes, please bring him to the lab. Yes, I was worried. If you please bring him to me right away. I really would like to take a look at him and see if I can.
Yeah. I will. It's just like 10 minutes away. We'll be right there.
Okay, great. I'll meet you there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hang on.
It takes some effort and careful concentration by Chance to get down the stairs to the car, but you managed to pull it off.
I got it. I got this. I still can't figure out this whole walking thing.
You realize that when you are concentrating on walking and you're thinking about it, you're fine. The minute you let your concentration lapse, you kind of start to zip, teleport, bounce. You're not really sure what's happening, but you are somewhere else.
Think about walking one step after another.
One step. Like, I'm going to try to hold you sort of like one step at a time. Just like one step at a time. Let's get you in the passenger seat. One step at a time.
So it cuts this really amusing image of Chance like wearing like a bathrobe because he's
that's right.
like looking like an old man without his walker, like walking to a car, out of a college building.
Let's probably just think I'm drunk. It's fine.
All right, you get in the car, you drive. Your radio, every time you turn it on, like it fritzes and like nothing comes in. Every time Gwen turns on the radio chance, you get this massive headache.
Wow, this car, man, it's something
wrong?
like
It's
the air in here.
Be grateful. It's. What do you want me to do? Roll the window down.
Okay,
Like-
I'm gonna roll the window down.
Okay.
Seriously.
Like you reach to roll the window down and you move too fast and your head like hits the dashboard and bounces back.
Whoa.
What the heck?
Dude,
Why is this car so small?
because it's a small car. Like, be careful. Don't hurt yourself more.
I
Like,
got it.
be still, okay? Just like can you
I'm gonna
try
concentrate on being still.
to concentrate on being still and not smashing your
Yeah.
head on the dashboard.
I got it. Still.
Okay,
Complete
you got to be
stillness.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you want to listen to music?
No.
Dessert. Okay.
Your stairs
No
not even
music.
working.
Yes. Yeah. Well, this is true. Click. Turn off.
Okay.
I think the window helped. I feel much better.
You put your hand out.
All right. So you carefully get to the school. You carefully get Chance through the back doors into the lab area where Dr. Sparks is waiting. Is Gibbs Kingsley with them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
She's got a giant notepad and a pen, ready to write down everything.
I appreciate that Nina is so old school.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Nina doesn't have a tablet or have somebody like a lackey that just writes her notes down for her.
I
She's just
resisted.
wearing a GoPro and recording everything.
Everything.
I know. I resisted making a TikTok. I'll have you know. So it seemed inappropriate because you didn't sing very well.
Yeah, when your roommate is suffering from
Yeah.
a sickness, you,
You don't
definitely
do
should
that.
make a TikTok of them.
You got to pay the rent somehow.
Dr. Sparks,
Yes.
thank you so much for telling us to come back in. Like
Mhm.
it's. I think it's worse.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Get him in here. Sit down. And I look at him, and I'm not a medical doctor, but I like lift his eyes up and shine lights in it and stuff to see what his eyes do. And I'm like, you said his blood was silver?
It had like silver, runny, veiny things in it.
Oh, maybe I imagined it. I don't even know.
No, we didn't both imagine it. I swear.
Okay. So I would like to take a blood sample and do science on it to see if I can figure out what's going on.
All right, roll your
Okay, Doc, do your science.
Dude, you're
What do I
solid.
need to roll?
educated.
Educated. Okay, cool.
That will cover 90% of like the smart
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
You do science? Well, I am educated. All right.
Okay. I got one success.
Okay. Yep. So, the doctor's checking your eyes, and all of a sudden, poke.
Ah,
And the blood, as it oozes up, you get some on the little, piece of paper, get it to the microscope so you could look at it. And while you're doing that, Nina, you notice that Gwen was right. There is like silver threads, but they actually are moving. And they're moving with what you would call intelligent purpose. They're not just like randomly fluctuating. And the wound heals pretty quick. I mean, it's a little prick to get like some blood, so it doesn't take long anyway. But and when you looked at Chance's eyes, Dr. Sparks,
Mhm.
when you pull somebody's eyes, you can see the red blood vessels and stuff.
Yeah.
There were also some silver ones that looked pseudo-metallic back there.
Like in through his pupil or like the whites of his eyes? Like both. Okay. Have you eaten any Christmas tinsel lately?
what? I don't think so.
Because that's what this looks like. So
That's how it works. If you eat it, it gets in your bloodstream.
I'm not
I've
a medical
never-
doctor. I know that I am doctor. Medical doctor is not one of these things, but I do know what tinsel looks like. So
My name is Dr. Doctor. I'm a doctor of quantum mechanics.
yes,
Another doctor
not
of
medical.
medicine.
Yes. Yeah. So I take a blood sample and I put it like in a centrifuge and spin it around because that seems like something
Sure, that seems sciencey.
It does seem science, yeah.
It does. Sciencey stuff happens.
Yeah.
The blood and the metallic strands separate on different sides of the centrifuge. But the minute you stop, the metallic strands just dissipate.
Okay.
Cute montage of science stuff.
Yeah.
Set to some 80s power ballad, obviously, that we don't have the rights for. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
We're on a budget.
Right. Okay, so my big time travel machine got blown up by this guy. Do I have a smaller one? If I have a smaller machine that I can put his blood in and see how it reacts, or put magnets on it or something and see if it does anything, or
Sure, you want to bombard his blood with quantum rays, I'm gonna guess is what we're saying in science.
Yes.
Yes.
That's not science bookie, sure.
Bombard that blood with quantum rays.
yes, if what happened earlier put this stuff in him, I want to see what it's going to do with it. And this is, at this point, I've gone pure scientist mode of trying to figure out what's going on. So,
All right. So you're doing a bunch of stuff, and we'll get to what that all means in a minute. Chance, you're sitting in the chair, and you're kind of just sitting there. And
Avoid Nina's evil eye.
yeah. Well,
Yes.
speaking of Nina's evil eye, Gwen and Nina, Chance goes to rub his eye, and he clearly, Gwen, you realize he loses focus. Nina, you don't know what's going on for sure, but he full on smacks himself in the face, and his head hits the back of the chair, and jerks back, and
Ow. I must have nodded off for a second.
Sorry, you're the roommate, right?
Yeah. I'm
Has
Gwen.
it been
Gwen
doing
Valentine.
this? Oh, nice to meet you, roommate. And I totally ignore your name.
That's totally cool.
So, has he been just this disoriented and clumsy, forever, or just today?
I wouldn't say he's extraordinarily clumsy normally. Probably a regular amount of clumsy.
Just a regular amount.
What's that?
Just a regular amount of clumsy.
Just a regular amount. But today, ever since I picked him up, it's he, I don't know, it's he's a rubber band. All of a sudden he's kind of moving and he's trying to be slow, and then he I saw him punch through the door of the bedroom, or snap his wallet to me, and I didn't even see him go get the wallet.
I see. So, quantum aberrant behavior, then, is what you're reporting.
Sure. Yeah. If that's what that is, that's totally what that was.
I see.
He didn't do it before, only since this morning when I picked him up in the medical office.
Well, I was afraid of that.
What do you,
I can hear
what do
you
you
guys.
think?
Oh, right. Chance, you're going to be fine, I'm sure.
Wow. You seem absolutely trustworthy.
Good.
She seems really smart.
She does seem really smart. I haven't known her very long.
there's actually
Out of nowhere, right?
there's actually a knock on the door, and you see a mid-late 30s-ish man standing there, very well dressed, in a suit, kind of open collar. His hair is carefully but messily combed to the side, and he's got a well-trimmed beard. He looks very rich and comfortable. He's very at ease, and he kind of just walks into the lab. Hey, is Dr. Sparks around?
and
Jeez.
Sparky!
I just look at him and go. I come in from the other room and I'm like, oh, hi.
Riker Swift. We met at the gala fundraiser. We talked about me donating some equipment from my company to your lab. Is this a bad time? I can come back.
Oh, yes. No, come in. It's
The name
totally fine.
triggers a bell. Riker Swift is one of the richest men in the city. He runs
Okay.
a medical research
Ooh.
company.
Okay. A medical research company?
Yes.
Perfectly innocent research company, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, totally. Hmm.
He's very well known for his charitable works.
Oh, there you go. That always tells me that somebody's not a
And
villain.
in classic superhero fashion, he's on that like top eligible rich bachelor of the
Mhm.
city list thing.
Uh-huh.
There always is one.
There's always one in a superhero thing.
I'm like, yes, of course, I remember you. Come on in. It's totally fine. It's just fine. We're just dealing with a little something. It's fine.
He looks at the window that has been like caution taped over. Like,
And I just go, that's science. What's going on?
That's science for ya.
I mean, quantum theory is a little out of my realm, but I am a relatively renowned scientist. And I can tell you, at least in my pretty extensive experience, that doesn't happen a lot.
Oh, it happens all the time. It's totally fine. Yep.
He's kind of doing, as you lead him into the other room, he's kind of doing the double take back and like looking at you all.
Sometimes stuff just explodes.
Yeah, it happens. So how can I help you, Mr. Swift?
I came to talk to you about the equipment you had requested for something. It was, you had given me a list. We had a bunch of medical surplus. We're shutting down one of our facilities, and I was going to donate it to the school.
Yes, that would still be great. I would love that. That would be very useful for us.
Yeah, you told me to pop by and see your operation, but if this is a bad time, I can absolutely come back.
Well, as you can see, we've been doing science here, and it's been a very sciencey day. So, like big, breaky science. So, yes, maybe I just give him like a quick tour, trying to like ignore the part where there's a machine that blew up and a window that broke, and be like, "So here's our facility. Yes."
Unsurprisingly, he seems very interested in the machine that blew up and the window that broke. That
Of course.
is the most interesting
Wouldn't
part
be.
of what's happening.
Right.
You gonna? So Dr. Sparks has stopped what she's doing, and now she is leading Mr. Swift on this tour of the facility here.
Yes.
Well, you're just sitting there in this room with Chance in a chair.
Can I stand up now? Do I
Uh,
have to be sitting down?
Probably
Yes.
not. You should probably stay right there and not go anywhere.
No. All right. Well,
Can I
thirsty.
do? Can I get like an insight sort of situation on Nina, like on?
Sure. Go to roll, and
Okay.
Madi, you can kind of narrate what you think she gets from a successful
Okay.
or failed roll. I'll let you control that
Oh,
Sure.
because it's your
Okay.
character. So
Okay.
And it's one of my traits.
Okay.
I got a 6 and a 5.
Okay.
So, because I'm just like, you seemed really sure of yourself before about what he should do, and you're kind of, yeah. So I'm
So
wondering why you're more sure than the doctor is.
right. So it does seem like Nina knows a lot more about what's going on with Chance than she's letting on. And in fact, it seems like she's actively trying to not just like blurt out the answer in front of everyone. But it also seems like a lot of her focus and concern on Chance has nothing to do with him as a person. And since you're someone that cares about him a lot, you can tell that this is a purely self-interested focus on him as a person.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
she only wants him to stay in one spot because that's most convenient for her rather
Okay.
than that's what's best for him.
Okay.
sounds about right.
That's perfect. And Gwen wouldn't necessarily act on that, but going forward, it would be a little more protectively, like monitoring what's happening with Chance and not necessarily trusting that this is all for good.
I mean, I'm used to TAs not establishing a meaningful connection with me, so it's not it's not that new.
So Swift and Sparks come back, and they're kind of just chatting about the equipment that she is getting and stuff like that. And he stops in and who are these folks? I assume a TA, some researchers, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is my
Research
TA, and then
assistant?
these are some just some students that are here, doing.
Just some students.
Yes.
I work in this department. I'm graduating with honors. I'm not just some student here.
Wow.
Wow.
My roommate Chance is probably one of the smartest people I know. Like,
Ah,
my
That's
name's
fair.
Gwen Valentine, happy
fair.
lib arts major. This is not my department, but I know smart
well,
when I see smart, and he's super smart.
if that's the case, and he reaches in his pocket and pulls out a business card and hands it to you, when you're ready to make a difference in the world, you should give me a call.
Gives it to Gwen.
No, to you.
Oh,
Not the lib arts major.
I'll reach out and take it. I
Well,
mean,
Do you accidentally punch him when you go to take his business
I-
card?
Why don't you
concentrate really hard on it.
Why don't you give me a roll to control it?
Yes.
I will do that. I have my dice right here. I don't 6 and 1. I didn't roll 3. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I did succeed on concentrating.
So Chance doesn't like punch him or anything, but Chance definitely like, and you all see this, he kind of blips out of the chair to it, only a couple inches. And he's like, he goes from sitting to like that kind of crouch sitting, and it looks really awkward, and then he kind of slowly backs up into the chair.
Like a video where the frame rate is skipping.
Right. Yeah, it's almost what it looks like. It looks like Chance isn't buffering. That's what you're getting. Like,
Mhm.
there's nothing, and then he's just done with whatever he was doing.
I got bad Wi-Fi here. That's the problem.
So I see this happen and I go, fascinating. And then I say, okay, Mr. Swift, if there's nothing else, I have some very important.
Well, I actually have some questions now that I didn't have a moment ago. Are you gonna, like- you gonna,
You heard the doctor though. It seems like this is a little busy, and maybe you can come back another time.
Yes, and I kind of try and be like, Nina, if you could handle this, thank you so much. And I go back into the other room to start looking at.
Maybe
blood.
he can help. Like you said, you're a science guy too.
Medical
has-
sciences, but this seems to be a quantum related issue. And
That's
Mr. Swift,
excellent,
not
but
to
he was
be
bleeding.
rude, but
Totally, but he was bleeding silver blood. Did you know he was bleeding silver blood? Like silver veiny blood. That sounds medical.
oh,
I'm sorry,
doesn't want to hear about that.
I don't know your
that's
quantum stuff.
kind of gross, right?
It is gross.
I actually would quite like to hear about, but this is happening as like Nina's pushing him out of the room
Yeah.
and then pulls the door shut and locks it.
Get out of here.
And he eventually just leaves. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break right now. We will be back at, we'll call it, for me, 9:35, which is in 7 minutes. So
Cobain's.
to the nearest 35 of your time zone, we'll be back.
The 35.
All right, folks, see you in a bit. I'm back, and so is Gina.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I think I forgot how to put the mute my camera without bumping myself off of the stream.
Oh, you're all good. It happens.
Thank you. This is so much fun.
Superheroes are always tons of fun.
Oh my God, yes. Then when you're playing the game, you can totally picture like the panels sometimes, like what's,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's cool.
Yep.
Do it for science. This art from Nick is so amazing.
It's always so good.
I know. I'm just like, I was looking at his DeviantArt today and his Instagram because I didn't know he was on Instagram, so I followed him. But it's just, really good.
I have pages of unused Supers art that I've had him do for future Tiny Supers books, and like just sitting on it.
Awesome.
It's everything I have not to show it all the time. Ashley!
Hi.
Buddy!
Hello.
Everybody's getting
Wow.
excited greeting back.
Everyone's doing what?
I'm giving everybody an excited greeting back when you come back.
Yes.
A personal
appreciate
greeting.
I want you to feel, well, they're all the same, just different names.
Oh, so the frostbite story?
Yes.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school, I sprained my ankle and I went to the nurse's office and they put an ice pack like directly on my ankle and left it there for a long time. So it's, yes, Ryan! There's excited greeting back.
I want to interrupt your story. Ryan!
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm 1 minute early. Now the story was interrupted.
No, it's fine.
It was just so long that you got frostbite.
Yeah. And so I had a mark on my ankle for a very long time. I've outgrown it at this point because this was 30 years ago, but
I still have a scar on my hand where I burned myself in home ec class in 8th grade
nice.
on the stove.
Yep.
Wow.
So I still have a scar on my hand for when my best friend in high school stabbed me with a pencil. So
Oh, delightful.
I have some follow-up questions, but we're not going to go over that. So we're all back. It's that time. So we're going to come back from our intermission break thing. What up? I also have a picture that I'm supposed to upload for the intermission, but I haven't. So good job, Alan, at that.
I had to at the beginning of break real quick. I'm like, oh no, that's still Molly McGee. So I had to like go and get the picture and download it so that I could put that as my avatar. But I'm good now.
You always forget what you need to do until you do the new thing, and then you forget again anyway.
And I'm like, oh no. Yep.
Here's the picture, everyone, so you can see it.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I don't like that we're fighting Alan and not cooperatively telling a story together with Alan.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
that's Nick just drew that as the placeholder villain.
I know. I'm just.
Don't worry.
No, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's Jameson back from the dead as a robot.
I know.
He's been biding his time. Just wait till his cyber
The
dog.
crossover you didn't expect.
Mhm.
I wish I had thought of that because that would have been a great crossover. Now I'm upset that that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah. Because you've even got like robotic tentacles, kind of like a
Yeah.
Cthulhu type situation.
Absolutely.
So
His
Robo
body got
Cthulhu.
adopted by some aliens or something.
Mhm.
Right?
Borg Cthulhu.
Well, now I'm mad.
Game
There's
over.
still time.
Well, you know,
Not running this game anymore.
phase,
All right.
phase 2, right? That's phase 2.
So, you've ushered Mr. Swift out. You are all back in the room with Chance as you try to figure out what is up with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am like, okay, I saw you go to stand up and you like blipped. So tell me about what's been going on. Has this happened before? Like what's going on?
Well, I reached out to get the card, and I stood up and I took the card from him, and then I sat back down.
Okay, but that's not what happened. So what I'm gonna want you to do is I'm gonna put like I take a pencil cup and I set it on like a filing cabinet over here. And I'm like, okay, I want you to grab that pencil cup the way that you grabbed the business card.
Okay.
And do I have anything like sciencey that I can point at him, like a camera?
Yeah,
I want to film it.
Quantum camera.
Yeah,
Yes.
walk over there and get the beaker and you have your cell phone out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Get that quantum camera.
And so, Chance, how are you? Are you concentrating on walking carefully, or are you just going to go get it?
I'm just gonna go get it.
Okay. He is standing there. He picks it up, and then he's standing in front of you holding it.
Like, oh,
Yeah. See?
and I have a pop socket on my phone, thankfully, so I don't drop it.
Okay. I was like, thanks for that little detail.
Thanks
Yeah.
for the sponsorship bucks, Pop Socket. I'll give you my PayPal.
So I take the pencil cup and I kind of look at it and I look at him and I kind of go like this and push him on the shoulder to see if he's like solid in there. And I'm assuming he is. Yes. So I take a look at the video that I took on my cell phone and I like slow it down to see if I can see him like zoom or if he just popped places.
Okay. Chance, what does she see? You know your powers, so
I mean,
how do they
well,
manifest to her here?
So you guys, I mean, it's probably faster than the cell phone would track, right? Like the frame rate issue. I mean, the cell phone can't keep, like, it can't track because, like, from an outside perspective of what's happening, it doesn't feel any different to Chance. Like, if he really stopped and noticed, maybe he would notice that everything else looked like it was moving very, very, very slowly around him. But he's really not paying attention to that right now because his mind is in 100 different places. So it probably just looks very skippy on a cell phone, like really, really low frame rate, because you're catching him in certain spots when, because that's how a cell phone works. It takes like 60 frames per second or 30.
Who's the scientist here? Come on, tell me how a cell phone works.
It might be 30 frames per second. I don't know what an iPhone does. I think an iPhone might film in 30. But anyway, that's not the point. So he jumps like what you would expect, that smooth motion. It's not, because one frame he's here, next frame he's moved. So it looks very jarring and skippy, almost like you think that your phone is broken. Like, what is going on with this?
Okay.
Hey,
Interesting.
Chance, are you sure you don't feel better now? Like, maybe you want to go
I feel
home?
fine, right? I think I feel
Yeah.
fine.
Should we go back home? Like back home.
It was your idea to come here.
Well, you seem to be feeling like not very well, and now you seem to be feeling a lot better. And I'm thinking, like, she's not being super subtle, but she's like, I'm thinking like maybe we should go now.
Okay, I
Like,
could use a burger or something. That is a fact.
Yeah, Gwen, why don't you get Chance a burger and Dr. Sparks can do some more measurements?
I don't want to be like poked and prodded, but I am really hungry, so I'd rather just go get a burger.
Let's go. Honestly, you probably want the crawfish mac and cheese at Crazy Carl's.
Why are you always trying to push Crazy
Hard.
Carl's on everybody?
Because Carl's a really nice
Okay.
guy.
I do like it. You're right. You got me. I love that stupid mac and cheese. All right, let's go.
But I mean, Dr. Sparks, do you think it's safe in his condition to just go out into the city and move through space-time the way that he's acting right now?
We're all moving through space-time.
Right. You
Ms.
told me
Gibbs
that.
Kingsley.
I should have listened to you.
That's like physics 101.
I think I would be very careful if I were you, because there are non-scientific minded people that might be a little freaked out if they see you bouncing around the way we've seen you in here.
I don't even know. Okay, whatever you say.
I show him the cell phone video and I say, okay, we saw you here to here. When I see here, see how you're like jumping across, and I show him like the timestamp on it so he can see how much faster he went than he should be going.
Sure, that's concerning, but it could also be a broken cell phone.
It's not a broken cell phone. It is the top of the line. Thank you very much.
If you really want to measure it, then we can get out one of those quantum measuring devices.
Like a radar gun. I do the
quantum
like
radar gun. Yes,
Yeah.
Get the quantum radar gun. Let's put up 2 quantum UV lights.
So I turn to Gwen and I say, Gwen, if you could go and get him food, I think we have some science to do here.
Oh,
and then there's
it.
a montage.
Music.
Get food.
We're about to
I'm
do
sure I
some
could
science.
Yeah.
I don't think I can leave. I'm sure I could get Jimmy to bring some food if you're not going to leave, but I'm just, yeah, I will step aside, but I don't know that I'm super comfortable leaving him.
And I say, Chance, you are by no means a prisoner here. I just feel you being scientifically minded, I'm sure you want to know what's going on with you as well.
Now I'm getting more curious by the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, totally
exactly.
not a prisoner.
No.
Writing that down
Yes.
in my notepad.
As she locks the door to the office. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so science.
Science montage. So it's like us with our goggles on with the thing, and then me and Nina looking at each other and making notes and stuff. And yeah.
So what you get at the end of this is that whenever this thing happened, Chance's body was suffused, infused, exfused, whatever term you want to use there, with a quantum bombardment. And your hypothesis, Dr. Sparks, is that this quantum bombardment caused Chance to fuse with all parallel versions of himself at once. And so if you subscribe to the multiversal quantum string theory of consequence and decision, that's right, I did some research on break. Quickly busted open my quantum theory books on my shelf, and I was like, I need to know stuff.
That's awesome.
I ate some blueberries. I did not do this research, so this is fascinating.
All the variations of chance that would exist in this quantum universe no longer exist separately. They all reside in the same space. So when chance is acting, a near infinite amount of chances are acting, even though they occupy the same space and act with one purpose in mind. So the expulsion of energy is different, and so he moves faster, basically. It's like 1,000 chances moving at once, and if 1,000 people take the same step, you move really far.
So what I'm hearing you say is that I'm always the best version of myself.
And the worst.
Yeah, but
simultaneously.
But that does posit some other questions about what the removal of the other chances would do to the multiversal counterparts. Because now they're all here.
I was afraid of that, Dr. Sparks. Thank you for confirming what we were worried about.
What I was worried about.
Oh, not you, Chance. I'm sorry that this was an unfortunate accident, and I did not think that it would turn out this way. There was an infinite number of possibilities, and, well, this is the one that ended up. So we're going to have to do things a little differently from now on, I think. And Nina's going to go over to her valise, because she totally doesn't have a backpack.
That's on brand.
Okay. And from inside, she pulls out what looks to be like a small arm cannon that she starts to like put onto her hand.
I mean, I'm just interested in what's happening.
Whoa, what's that?
So am I. I'm like, Nina, what is that?
It's standard issue anti-gravity cannon.
What? Anti-gravity cannon?
Yeah, don't worry. You won't feel
I'm gonna
a
look
thing.
over at Doctor and be like, PAs get anti-gravity cannons?
This is news to me too, and so I'm looking at it purely scientifically, just going, what is this?
Okay. Well,
What-
like I said, it
what
kind of
does
looks
it
like an arm
do?
cannon. It is very
What does it
obviously
do?
some type of futuristic piece of
It looks
technology.
Pretty slick.
And I say, well, this was designed as accurately as possible to what we expected may be the worst case scenario, and unfortunately, this is it. So I'm sorry, Chance. Don't worry, it won't hurt you.
I
And
don't
then
know why
I
you're
like
apologizing to me.
shoot him with my anti-gravity cannon.
But I don't get there in time. I don't have quantum powers, but I'm
What?
like, whoa.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Can
Okay.
I get out of the way? Somebody points a
Uh,
glowing arm cannon at me. My first instinct is to move.
Mhm.
Well, we can say you took the evade action then.
Sure, but let's. Well,
So, which doesn't matter if Nina misses. So, Nina, go to make your attack roll.
Okay.
if she misses-
Nina does miss. She doesn't get any successes.
should have trained more with that arm cannon.
So, Chance like blips across the room as the arm cannon blows through where the window used to be, and all the caution tape goes like fluttering.
Hey, what does it look like when the gravity gun fires off? That's what I want to know.
So I was assuming that it was just going to prevent you from moving by taking away your ability to have traction on the floor.
Oh, so,
So,
that
like
takes the
the
gravity
suspense
away.
in a bubble.
Yeah, essentially,
Oh.
right? Because I can't possibly like actually like compete with how fast you are, so I just have to stop you from moving.
Basically, if you move through those bubbles, I wouldn't know this, but if you even move through those bubbles, you have no gravity, huh?
Hmm.
How big is the bubble? Because even if you miss, it might still be
Just person sized. I mean,
okay.
you know, I'm not trying to
Okay.
put everything in the room in anti-gravity.
So I don't want anyone that is in my, I don't want to say care, but people that I know and care about, I don't want anything to happen to them. So I whip out my martial arts skills and I try and like kick the gun out of her hand.
Wow, what is happening?
So
I told you we should have gone to Crazy Carl's.
Crazy Carl came to us, it looks like.
Yeah,
right,
Jimmy
Dr.
is
Stark?
going to deliver
Yes.
food.
Give me a roll, 2d6.
I do martial arts in my spare time to try and center myself. So
Oh, nice.
I got a 6.
Okay. So you won't completely knock the arm cannon off
Yeah.
of his arm or anything, but you do knock it askew and like knock her off balance. It'll take her a minute. And you think you've bought the normals among you a chance to get out of the room. Chance.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna grab Gwen and like run out of the room.
Okay. Gwen, you are suddenly like in the quad. You feel a little bit like throwing up.
I bet. I'm like,
Okay.
oh my God.
Just wait here. Not one single thing makes sense, but I feel like I should go get the doctor as well.
I am, for personal reasons, very anti like government agency types, which it seems like this is, controlling or imprisoning or anything like that. Someone who has any sort of like quantum powers, because it's something I have experience with.
Should we find out that Dr. Sparks is like a doomsday prepper, like anti-government, like
Who knows martial arts and can pick big old armkins out of people's arms. Yes.
Right.
So so immediately when this happens, I'm like, no. And so that's why I did that. And I see them bounce, and while she's off kilter, I'm going to try and run away as well.
I'm
Okay.
gonna come back. So I
Are
don't
we
know if
in
I
like
need-
combat? Like, do we need
We
to
better
like-
roll initiative. So
Yeah.
Okay.
let's have everybody roll initiative.
Marty's like, do I get another shot first? Because I'll take
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine
I'll roll
is 6.
two. Mine is also 6.
Mine is 7.
I don't know if super speed actually gives you an initiative bonus.
It does not.
So it's just a
Okay.
6.
Okay. All right, so it'll be Dr. Sparks, then Nina, then Quantum Chance.
Cool.
Okay. So after I martial art kick, generic martial art, there's not a specific kind or anything that I'm doing. It's the doctor
Generic
martial art.
kick.
Mhm, mhm. So I I kick and I go ooh, and I go to run. So I'll use my actions to run away.
So out the door, like down the hall.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Nina.
All right. Because you said I could have them, you said that I could have like these stasis traps. Because if the audience hasn't guessed already, I am absolutely not just a TA. I am some type of like time travel police who was sent here to watch just in case that the quantum chance manifested at this certain time. And unfortunately for him and us, it has happened. So I'm supposed to take him out of the multiverse so that he doesn't continue to mess things up.
I would just like to point out
Spoiler
that
alert.
temporal agent also is TA. So
There you go.
Wow.
Super undercover.
yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I have a trait that is Trap Master. So I would like to set a trap in the hallway for quantum chance. I don't know how.
I am on my way back, so
You don't need to do anything. You just tell me you do it, and there is now a anti-gravity trap in the hallway. There's like 3 like little pads on the wall that when he runs through, they'll like catch him and like suspend him.
Yep, that's exactly
awesome. So I'm running right down that hall without even thinking about it.
Yep. So Chance.
Thank goodness he
I
just
haven't-
acts and is so impulsive.
I haven't quite comprehended what's happening.
All right. Hey, Chance, it's your turn.
Well, I'm running down the hall back towards Dr. Sparks. I assume that some trap goes off.
It does. So, Chance, you need to make a save test on 2d6 to evade the trap.
Oh, I can actually try to evade it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can't beat that. Look at that.
Ooh.
So
I double evaded it.
So you're running down the hall, which looks like blipping to everybody else. Blip, 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 blip. And
I don't really have a good hold on whatever these quantum powers are.
clearly, there's some crashing into things as you try to turn, and you run down the hall, and all of a sudden this triangle of energy appears, and you feel it like catch on you, and you twist and like end up like spiraling through the air and like crash into the floor and go skidding down the hallway to the feet of Nina. You're not trapped, but you've definitely lost your balance and fallen down.
Awesome.
I'm gonna do my thing, which is one of Chance's powers.
Okay.
That I haven't used, and he hasn't really used, and he doesn't really know yet how he does this. But like one of his things is like that he can like quantumly like use the gravity from other dimensions to shift the direction of gravity and use it to like jump effectively. But it's like a super weird, trippy feeling where like he's jumping, but to you it would look like he's just falling down a straight hallway.
He's like just falling to the ceiling.
Basically, but down the hallway. Like he's
Okay.
just like falling down the hallway away from her. And that's probably all I can really do. So
Okay. So you like
technically-
slide to Nina's feet,
Yeah.
you look up at her, and then like he starts like falling down the hallway.
technically that's like super jump in action. So I'm really just jumping away from her back down the hallway to try to like get some space.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. So he goes flying down the hallway. And you like crash into the hallway at the end and like get to your feet.
Probably. I don't control it very well.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that that's not going to stop Nina. So
Nope. Hey, Dr. Sparks. Chance has blipped past you, triggered some sort of trap, and then fell perpendicular to the floor all the way back to the other end of the hallway, past you again.
Uh-huh.
And
I'm
now he's
so-
like standing up, like.
Mhm. Is it my turn
Yes.
again? So okay, so Gwen is not in initiative because she's out in the courtyard, right?
Yeah, unless you want to get an initiative and come running back into the room, Gwen.
No, I think if there's a panel of Gwen right now, it's her just like, oh hey Matt. like he's supposed to be really fast, but it's like
Mhm.
it seems like it's
She's like
on
goes
time.
to the car. She's ride sharing an Uber.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like get the snack size Kit Kat out of the bag. Yeah.
Tripendicular.
I like it.
Nice.
That's
Okay,
fantastic.
so I look back, and since I have some familiarity with quantum stuff, I say, grab my hand and get us out of here. Like, try and take us to out.
I will. I don't think it's my initiative turn, but
I'm gonna go toward you while I'm saying that. So I'm using my actions to go towards you, and I'm going to be saying that to you as I go.
Okay. Nina.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use my marksman's trait to take one action to focus, and then I'm going to again fire my anti-gravity cannon.
Okay.
I can only capture one person at a time, so I'm definitely aiming it at chance. Hopefully I don't hit Dr. Sparks, because that's not who I want.
Really?
Okay.
Maybe there's a heart in there somewhere.
All right, and I have 2 successes. Yep.
All right, so Chance, you are caught in this anti-gravity stasis bubble thing.
So I'm just I'm floating?
Just floating in the air.
Awesome. Well, I used my initiative to tell Dr. Sparks to run.
Okay, you have 2 actions, remember?
Yeah, I know, but I do know that. I'm thinking about how to get out of this trap, but without gravity, it's difficult. So I will try to evade. Can I try to evade?
Evade is an action you take on your turn that would trigger when you're attacked.
Okay. So,
but Madi did say that this was only big enough for one person. So if you were to grab Dr. Sparks as she ran by, the momentum might pull you out of the zone.
Well, I do have an acrobatic trait. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to do some zero gravity acrobatics.
Just cartwheel right out of it. Quantum cartwheel.
Let's see here. So can I take 3 on that?
Yeah, that's what it gives you.
Acrobatics.
Yep.
I got 1 success.
Okay.
1 little 6.
So he managed to break out of the anti-gravity field and go sprawling down the hallway.
Probably tumbling too, because I just got pulled out of zero gravity without expecting
Not
it.
great.
Now we're just rolling down the hallway now.
Gwen's descriptor of mostly not clumsy appears to be false.
I'd probably just right out the door back out of the quad too, honestly.
I just yell after you. You're gonna break some bones that way. Just come quietly and you won't get hurt.
That's what every villain says, and then they kill you.
We don't want to kill you. Just take you out of the multiverse.
That sounds somehow worse. All right, so I'm going to stumble out with Dr. Sparks onto the grass of the quad. Because we're just going right back down that hallway. So.
Okay. So you guys are on the quad, and where are you headed?
Away.
Where?
Out, he's gone, and we got to grab Gwen too, and just be like.
So you just grab both of them and just run somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have super strength, so I don't really know how this is gonna work.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that my super speed at least gives me some kind of ease of pulling them along with me.
Okay. Okay, give me a 1d6 roll.
Oh, 1d6?
This is gonna go well.
All right. My 1d6 roll is a 5.
Okay, it goes well.
Oh, okay.
So you manage to pull them. You don't get very far. You get to the pier, maybe 5 or 6 blocks away.
That's fine. I'm going to stop and take a breather because this is a lot.
Okay.
You guys should probably just go a different way than me.
We have some stuff to talk about, so I really feel like we need to go somewhere.
Some stuff to talk about. Your TA just shot a gun out of it.
She is not who I thought she was. So I know about them. I know about her and her people, but
her what?
She's not who I thought she was. So I have some stuff to fill you in on.
Okay, can we do it when I'm not being hunted?
That's why I said we need to go somewhere
okay.
safe.
Yeah. I think the doctor's right.
I mean, all we've got is Gwen's apartment.
I would not recommend going there because that is also your apartment.
Yeah.
That's
So
true. But I feel like Gwen is the responsible one who actually got the apartment and like signed for it, and Chance just lives there. Is how I feel. But
I feel like I would have some sort of bunker safe house place, honestly. So
Out of town, like maybe half an hour, like a prepper cabin.
yes. So I think that we should go there.
okay,
Mhm.
well,
Right.
where's your car?
My car?
Mm-hmm.
That way. So,
That's where I get this, where I parked it.
right.
Does
Faculty
anybody know how to
parking,
steal a
obviously.
car?
What's that?
So does anybody know how to steal a car
No.
or a boat? I guess we are at the docks.
Why do we have to steal a car?
Well, I don't know. I imagine we don't have a lot of time to get to wherever we're going.
But we have a car then.
Yeah.
So like we could just get in when it'll go real
Mhm.
fast, like right now.
back to the college and get Dr. Sparks' car.
Oh wait, where'd you pull us to?
Like 5 blocks away is where we
Oh,
I was just running.
missed that.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah, so like we have to go back.
I don't know. There's the bus. We could get on the bus. Can we
The
get
bus
to your
goes to the
cabin?
prepper cabin. It's a stop.
Dr. Sparks paid extra for that. He paid
Yeah.
extra to be on the red line.
Yeah.
No one ever understood why there was a stop out in the middle of the woods, but there's a reason.
And a really nice limousine pulls over and the door opens and Mr. Swift steps out. He's like, "Hey, I just left you at the." Never mind.
Yeah, hi, what's up?
Is everybody okay?
Can we get a ride? Can you give us a ride?
He looks at his limo and then looks at you three,
Mhm.
whatever that is. And,
If you give us a ride, I'll tell you something really interesting that
Why
you're
do you
going to
want
want
to
to know.
help us?
well,
I'm trying to get him to help us.
that's why I'm not letting
I'm-
you in my car
Mhm.
Oh, he
because
doesn't want to help us.
you seem kind of. Where are you going?
We're going to Dr. Sparks' secret science lab.
Dude.
Get in.
So I said what I needed to say to get help, okay?
I would like
Stranger danger.
I would like to do
Secret-
some sort of sense motive before I show this me in my
Yeah.
secret science lab.
I figured
Okay.
you could always just off him later if you needed to. I mean, I don't know what's going on here.
God. Now we're offing people.
This random, very rich man that works for a medical lab that wants to give us stuff. You're just like, hey, mister, let's go to this super secret thingy. No. So, okay. So I got one success.
Okay. He has a motive, and he's not telling you what it is, but you don't feel like he's malicious.
Okay.
If that makes sense, right? He is. There is a reason he's around,
Mhm.
But you get the feeling that wasn't why he came to the lab. He really just came for the reason he said.
Okay.
But now
So-
this thing has piqued his interest, and he is now like, oh, I kind of want to know more.
Okay. Then I will accept his ride to my I'll accept the ride to my cabin, my super secret bunker cabin.
Good. He
Thanks, Bob.
takes you to the Swift Medical Holdings corporate tower downtown first, where he gets out of the limo and says, "We can take my Humvee." It's a little less conspicuous than the limo
Totally
in the
less
backwoods.
Yeah, I don't know that a Humvee is inconspicuous, but
All
yeah,
right.
that'll work better than a limo.
I'm in, let's do
Pick
it.
one of the cars in my garage. I don't care.
You don't have a
We get in like
helicopter?
a Honda Accord or like a Subaru, some
Do you have
real
anything
like.
that's like bulletproof or something?
All my cars are bulletproof.
Well then perfect.
We get
You do
into
not own a Subaru or something.
some generic vehicle that blends.
None of. I feel like you understand the kind of person this man is.
Sorry, but that's not the kind of car you buy at a dealership.
I can't even remember the last time I saw a Subaru. So I don't know.
Okay,
You
Jeep.
know what? Hang on. He gets out his phone and he comes back. All right, give me 1 second. And like 5 minutes later, somebody pulls in with like a Nissan. Accord or something.
Nissan Accord.
A car.
Good job.
With a
Doc.
Nissan
He just-
car.
Carvana something. He's like, I just bought this for us. It's fine. It's totally
That's what you
good.
get. It still has
Yeah.
the dealer plates on it.
Cool. Okay. Perfect. This is fine. This is totally fine.
Somebody quickly swaps out the plates for a different
Yes.
plates, and he's like, "All right, let's get it."
Well, we've spent a lot of time worrying about what car we're driving.
We
We're
are.
surprised that we're not all dead right now.
Also, where's your TA?
Yeah, that's a great question. Where
Yeah.
We
is
have
your
cut
TA?
ties.
And we'll cut to Nina.
Oh, there we
Okay. Nina's calling in the
Uh-oh.
worst case scenario that everyone was worried about, which is that Quantum Chance escapes.
Worst case scenario.
Okay. So she's calling her boss and saying, "What we feared has come to pass. I'm afraid I'm going to need some backup. I thought maybe there would be a little bit of a learning curve to his powers, but it seems like walking is a lot easier than I thought."
Turns out the power's just walking. I mean, who would have known?
Super walking.
It's just walking really fast.
Your boss is What kind of resources do you need for help?
Well, more boots on the ground for starters, because I can't be everywhere at once, unlike our beloved Quantum Chance.
I mean, the resources to displace another couple agents would be extensive. I'm not sure we can qualify the temporal load for that.
Well, then at least some mobility then. That would help.
All right, let's see what we can do. Do you have a preferred location for the drop?
I don't know if I can track Quantum Chance, but
We'll handle that. Do you have a preferred location for the drop?
outskirts of town. I think that will be less conspicuous.
Okay. We'll ping you with coordinates. Just be there.
Okay.
I feel like any kind of evil time travel agency would just go and bury the thing 100 years ago so that you just have to dig it back up and it's right there. That's what I would do.
Ryan, stop saying what I'm going to do before I do it.
I've always been there.
You're killing me here.
Right where we left it. It's like the DeLorean in the cave, man. It's not my fault that I watch too many time travel movies, Alan. I love them.
Oh.
You've broken our GM.
All right. So, the three of you plus Riker get to the cabin. You pet your dog, Curtis, the little boy who hangs out at cabins. And, you go into your crazy prepper cabin,
Mm-hmm.
which looks like a regular cabin, except for the secret door to the crazy prepper storage room,
Yes. Uh-huh.
which has another secret door to the crazy prepper science lab.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I take everyone down to the science lab.
Okay.
And-
what does it look like down there?
Mm,
I'm
which
curious.
part? The
What
science
is it?
lab?
I guess just any of it.
Okay, so we go into the cabin and it looks like a normal cabin. There's one area that is completely open that is kind of like my yoga space because I do yoga a lot. And so that's that. And then there are some pictures around of me and a man and a 20-something girl. And then also like a younger girl. I look kind of the same, but this girl looks like different ages. The man you've never seen before. And other than that, it just kind of looks like a cabin. It looks like kind of like a home. Pretty minimalist except for the pictures. So then we go down some stairs, have to like lift up a rug and like some stairs are underneath it. And so when we go down there, there's a hallway. It's like there's a whole floor, like a whole like basement underneath it. So we go down there. There's one side that's like the bunker area. It's kind of like the safe room. And then if we go down the hallway, there's another room. And when we go in there, that's where all the science lab stuff is. And it says science on the door. So, yes.
Written in Sharpie on masking tape, I assume.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we go into the lab, and I'm assuming that I would be familiar with the non-TVA, the temporal agency that
Action. The agency named Action.
Action. Okay. I'm familiar with Action because I explained that I have a daughter who has temporal abilities as well. So kind of temporal. She was I don't want to say made during an accident, but I have a daughter who has
an accidental baby. Is what you're
she
saying?
was not an accidental baby. She's very much loved and wanted, but she
Those aren't the only two options.
So
she was planned for.
Yes. I'm like, stop and just listen to what I'm saying, Chance. So
Let me say my words.
I have a daughter who also has powers, who this agency is kind of after as well. So I'm very protective of her. And now I kind of put you into the same category. So I kind of fill him in on what I know about Action.
Let me guess. Did she press a button and one of your machines exploded?
She did not. No.
Okay.
What happened to her was not her fault, unlike you.
Well, I didn't build a time machine that
So
kidnaps people.
what you gather is there are two versions of Action. There is the Action you are all familiar with, which is a modern superhero monitoring espionage agency. Mostly like Shield from the Marvel comics, right? They got that kind of vibe. They're the good guys. They're there to assist and stop supervillain threats, things like that. And then there's this other agency, also called Action, that Nina works for and the agents work for that have been after Dr. Sparks' daughter. And to the best of your recollection, they're not from this reality. They exist somewhere else, and they've talked about serving something called the Arbiters. You don't know what that means.
Nope, it doesn't sound great though.
And they dress like action agents, but they never actually call themselves action agents per se. But when you have seen them, they look like people you've seen before. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I should probably watch Loki.
Yeah, well, that's good information. But if they're after us, I don't know if this is going to hide or help us hide. So I don't know.
And I say this place is off their radar. So I've been very careful to make sure that this place is off their radar. So we're safe while we're here.
Is your daughter okay?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I don't mean to interject here. So Chance has quantum-based superhuman abilities?
I don't know.
It feels like a very straightforward question.
I don't know if they're superhuman.
Well, normal humans don't have quantum-based abilities. So if you have them, one would argue they are inherently superhuman.
I prefer the term quantum human.
Oh.
Sure, you can be quantum sapiens for all I care. I don't.
Oh, I like it. That's it. That's the one. Sure. Something happened to me in a lab and I got zapped with quantum juice. Yes. I'm dealing with the fallout of that right now.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's a lot. That's exciting.
Well, it's not as exciting as my former TA shooting a gravity gun at me, and my professor being some secret anti-government agent. I don't even know what you'd call
All
yourself.
professors are secret anti-government agents. Have you never?
Obviously.
That's, I guess.
Also,
that's fair.
I'm not just a professor, I'm the dean of science stuff, so put some respect on my name when you're talking about me.
Doctor Sparks.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Cool. Well, the agency is called Anchor. They're not called Action, just so you know. They're sort of through a mirror darkly kind of thing.
Is this Riker telling us this?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, so you're familiar. I immediately like hackles up. Like,
why am I the only one
why
that
do you know
doesn't know
this?
anything about all this stuff?
You're not the only one. But there's something that exists called the name is indeterminate. I prefer the superhero tangential probability field. Some colleagues of mine have other terms. They think mine's too colorful. I think it's accurate. People with, we'll call them extra human powers.
It's like the X-Men. Listen, nobody in superhero stories ever references the fact they're always like, what's a superhero? Like,
No,
you live in a world without comic books?
No. There's clearly superheroes in town. There's something called Century Force Prime. We're aware of superheroes. But the term superheroic ability is a rather vague
Gotcha.
descriptor, so we're trying to define it better. Extra human means your powers are based in your body. You are still human, but you display abilities beyond the ken of a normal human. You understand? I thought you were a science guy. Get with it.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Quantum safety.
Superheroes tend to attract superheroes. There's some sort of probability thing.
magnetism.
Yeah, but on like a sub-quantum level, right? Like, there's always a superhero nearby when a new superhero is created.
So wait a minute. Does that make you a superhero?
I'm versed in the topic, let's say.
Oh, I got to find out what this guy's powers are.
Why? Yes, I want to know why. I want to know who.
You can scan me. I don't have any powers.
Okay, I don't know what type of scanner. I
Right.
have my tricorder out.
You know.
When you're scanning him, he reads like a human, right? There's nothing. You don't get any weird radiation. You don't get like anything unusual. He's just a normal person.
But I ask him, well, how do you know all of this, and do I need to be worried about the fact that I just told you all this stuff?
I know all of this because I have some friends who are special, kind of like Quantum here. Chance. Do you prefer Chance? Do you prefer Quantum? Have you decided?
What? No, I don't. What? No,
You
I
keep
haven't
saying
decided
Quantum. I just thought is
anything.
what you were going with. I don't know.
Well,
That's a pretty cool name, though.
it is cool.
I have some friends who are similar to Chance, and I've helped them with, we'll call it their issues in the past. And you should probably be worried about me, if I'm being honest, but not maliciously. I just,
Okay,
Why?
while you're talking, everyone hears an explosion upstairs in the cabin part of this secret bunker area.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
We were untraceable.
that's probably my fault.
Why? Why is this your fault? What did you do?
Oh, I'm just really easy to trace. I kind of stand out.
Tell us.
That's a
couldn't have told us that
superpower. He's just a
before.
beacon.
That's a
Just a
terrible
big, like,
superpower.
subconscious light.
Yeah, his superhero name is just the Beacon, and it's just
No,
Yeah, but only supervillains can see it. It's pretty inconvenient.
terrible power.
It's,
Do you have like people you can call for backup or something like that? Mr. Dr. Riker Smith.
Riker's
Swift.
fine, Gwen. No
Mr.
worries.
Dr. Riker.
Mhm.
Save the doctor
Like-
for Dean Sparks over here.
You seem to have a lot of resources. Like, do you have people you can call right now?
Yeah, and he like goes to hit his watch when Nina busts in. What do you do?
Listen.
Oh,
Nina immediately kind of sees who's all there, and she says, "Well, Chance, I'm going to take care of this first." And she shoots her cannon straight at Riker.
what?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Roll.
Okay.
You have 3d6 on that roll.
If I can react fast enough, can I like try to push him out of the way of it?
Give me a save test with disadvantage, so 1d6.
So probably not.
I'm giving you a chance here.
No, I cannot with a 4. So
Okay. Well, Nina succeeds.
Okay.
no.
So, Riker gets hit by this blast, but there's like a weird concussive discharge, and he goes smashing into the wall and like collapses on the ground, like coughing blood, unconscious.
Oh, that's bad. I'm gonna go to him.
Okay.
Should we
What does
roll
his blood
initiative?
look like?
Red, like a normal human.
Without Christmas tinsel?
Yeah, he's a normal person.
Okay.
He has no superpowers.
Okay.
Cross my heart, hope to.
Iron Man doesn't either.
Whatever. Cross my heart, hope to die.
Iron Man has no superpowers.
Right. That's what I said. All right. He's not Iron Man. Don't worry. Ryan.
Roll for initiative.
No, we're gonna pause here for the night on our clip. Next time
Oh.
Ryan plays, but because Gen Con is next week,
Yeah,
we
that's
will
right.
be there. Ryan's movie will be a two-parter, which will air the second half after we resolve Ashley's movie
Yeah,
featuring Ruthie Sparks.
and you don't want to miss it because there's going to be some tie-ins. If
Oh
that
yeah,
doesn't-
this is a tied-in thing. So join
That
us
was
next
some
week
hair.
as we debut another superhero played by Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes, and that was a good point because next week is Gen Con.
It is. Ryan will be there. The rest of us won't.
I
Yeah.
actually live here in Indianapolis where Gen Con is, so it wasn't a super hard decision for me. So I don't know how much I'm going to be there, but if people from the GallantVerse are around, I'd love to say hi and, shake hands or give an air distant high five or whatever.
Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Loremaster Ryan and on Facebook as me.
Marty, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter with Madi_Murdock, or you can find me on my website, MadiMurdock.com.
Ashley?
I am all over the place. So if you just go to linktree.com/Ashley J. Smith, that's got links to all of my stuff.
Just last week, I was on Ashley's podcast doing an interview.
Yes.
You should listen to Full Metal RPG.
I'll have to
Yep.
check that out.
We talk
Oh,
about
cool.
historical gaming and RPGs. So
That
Yeah.
sounds like fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
It was a lot of fun. That was a really good episode. I liked it.
that was great.
Yeah.
And
That's super cool.
where can folks find you?
Oh, lots of Twitter at Gina Ricker. Same thing on Facebook, and at Gina Random on Instagram.
Okay. Folks, thanks for tuning in. I'm Alan Bahr. You'll find me on Twitter at Alan Bahr, or Facebook.com/Alan Bahr Writes is my public profile. You can go to any of those. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for having a good time with us. We're excited to be back. We're excited to be playing as a group again. So this was a great diversion. Everyone, be well, and we'll see you next week.
Yes. Bye.
I won't get tired of watching that video. by
I know,
the
it's
way.
so cool.
I just turn it on when I'm at home sometimes and just watch it over and over again.
Just every time you need a motivation, you just play it.
Yes.
If I get amped in the morning, I just put it on my phone while I like shower and shave. And I'm
See, I just picture now. I'm picturing your office or like your house, like the Bat Cave, but every computer head monitor just has that spinning logo. Like your TV has that spinning
Here's
logo.
my
Your
screen-
monitors.
it's my screensaver on my desktops.
Yes.
So,
It's a cool
Yeah,
so
it's
don't worry
pretty
about that.
inspiring.
It's just makes you feel pumped.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun.
So much. Yeah, that was
was
so
so-
much fun.
Dr. Sparks is supposed to be kind of just this flighty, like, mad scientist type, and so I was trying to, like, I don't know, it's hard for me because I like people, and so it's hard for me to kind of take the human aspect out of it and be like, no, I want to do the science thing, but yeah.
Let me do the science.
Yeah. But,
I thought you had a good balance because you were definitely inquisitive to the degree that like a non-curious person would probably be more like person forward. But I thought you were balanced. I thought it was awesome. Yeah.
And
was like,
likable, right?
Nina.
Yes.
I was like, you handle
Totally
this. I have
likable.
science to do.
I
Yeah, no,
had
totally.
no idea that Nina was going to be a bad guy.
No.
All right, viewers. Obviously, this has been discussed in advance because we all worked on this together.
But even if
All
it
of this was
was,
going to happen, but I left it up to Madi when she was going to reveal it. I didn't even know when she was going to.
I didn't know
pull
either.
the report on
I
that
thought that might have been an episode 2 reveal.
one. No, I think it worked great here. So
But
Yeah,
also,
I think
even if
I thought it was perfect.
Mhm.
And we
Even if
did
we-
that like a month ago, and so I forgot. I was like, yeah, my TA, and then I was like, so the surprise and the shock was legitimate.
She's not very nice.
No.
he was still your TA.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, that was fun.
No, it was fantastic.
I like that we're all like, what is like there's like not even a threat of violence. She's just like, just watch me slowly assemble this this gravity arm.
Yeah.
Like,
Everyone's
what's going
like,
on
this
over
is
there?
interesting. Maybe this is
Yeah.
different science. What
Right.
is that cannon arm thing?
It's like in the movie
Super
when you're like,
science.
can't you see what's happening? It's like, no, I'm just staring. I'm like, what is going on?
I picture Quantum Chance sort of as the Paul Rudd Ant-Man of the universe.
Mhm.
I wish I could pull off Paul Rudd.
Totally.
His escapades are that kind of like awkwardly endearing.
Uh-huh.
If
Oh,
I could
that's
pull, if I could
awesome.
pull off Paul Rudd would be the lane that I would stay in. I would if I could be anybody from the MCU,
Yeah.
it'd probably be Paul Rudd.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That movie, the first one especially, was fantastic.
Well, I can't.
Yeah.
There's definitely that Ant-Man inspiration of like. I love how Ant-Man is just like vague science. They just do vague science stuff.
Right.
Right.
Especially Ant-Man 2 is even worse. It's like here's some
Vague science stuff.
kind of here's how the science works.
There's
Well, and I like-
science and stuff happens.
Right.
And I like how you didn't like lean super heroic or anything. Like when you started realizing that you could do things that were kind of extraordinary, you were still kind of like, I don't know, just like clumsy about it and sort
think
of
that's-
interested, but not,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, unless you're like the Steve Rogers type, I think that's honestly what most people would be like. Like I think most people that get powers aren't immediately like, I'm gonna go out and be a superhero. It's like it's something that happened that pushes them in that direction. Like I
Yeah.
always thought Chronicles was one of my favorite like superhero movies because I think Chronicles shows what would happen if people just got powers. Like they don't use them for anything except for like selfish reasons until there's like spoiler alert, a villain appears and all of a sudden they have to be
Mhm.
heroic. It's a great movie.
Well, and also it's like the brain has this amazing way of just not allowing you to accept things that are like so unbelievable that you
That's
just
true.
can't process it. So the
It's
whole like,
true.
no, your phone's broken. I was like, no, bro, you just like,
Look at you talking about
Yeah.
science.
yeah, science stuff.
It was science. Can't you
All right,
see
folks.
the science? It's right there.
See you next time at the same GallantVerse place, same GallantVerse week, whatever. I don't know. It's too long
Something like
to
that.
work as well as it did in the 60s. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.